Hey, welcome back to my channel. So tonight I want to discuss a theme that's been recurring. Basically, I watched Gary the Numbers Guy and Fresh and Fit go on to Adam 22 and discuss how Sneako is a fake grifting Muslim and that it's all a grift. Gary the Numbers Guy said that he went to Russia and he's seen some Muslim people eating pork, and that he saw some Muslim people and they were drinking vodka, and that he doesn't do any of those vices, and that he is a better Muslim. And that was the sentiment of what they were saying, that it's all just a grift. And even if you see Nick Fuentes, he says that Sneako loves everything Western. He loves Western culture, Western videos, Western movies, and that it's all just a grift. Now, I don't really believe that, because based on the fact that I don't believe that, because that doesn't take you out of that religion. If you are a Muslim and you drink, who cares? Because that's a sin. As long as you stay in line with that's a sin, as long as you try to never do that again, who cares? When the religion came, it took 13 years for alcohol to be outlawed. Sneako just became a Muslim within the last 3 years or something like that. So I think these are super unrealistic expectations to have on a famous person, to have on someone that's in that test, in that position, to act like they're going to become a monk. It's just unrealistic. Also, if you have a more developed way of thinking, you would look at it like, is he a net negative or a net positive? So him bringing attention, him also connecting with the youth audience, do you think that that's important? Also, he went on to Alex Jones and he debated with him, and basically you could see the hatred, the absolute hatred, the racist hatred Alex Jones had. But that hatred level is only knee deep. You know what I mean? So you can see that Rex Jones, Alex Jones' son, was after saying like, oh, Sneako likes this, but we like our women and we love women and we think women are awesome. And it's just like, okay. Alex Jones and them, they're champion of women. You know what I mean? Are there stories and testimonies saying otherwise? Okay, sure. Who cares? Doesn't matter. None of my business. But back to the Sneako thing. Is it a net negative, net positive? Okay. Number 2, look at the test someone is given. Are you a number 1 streamer? No, you're not. Number 3, if you look at the interview with Alex Jones, it shows that Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, and these guys are just straight boomer-brained idiots. And their lies are so clear now. Because at a certain level, you can't be that dumb. You can't get away with that much. You know what I mean? You gotta know. You gotta know what's going on. So when you look at Joe Rogan, I don't think that he is, I think that he's playing a game where he's helping in an effort when he's talking with Rupert Lowe, keeping the masses looking in a certain direction, keeping people looking over there, right? Not on the Epstein files. So he's got people looking over there. And as I feel like he does his own game properly. Like his effort for the greater cause of his and Alex Jones, and also the hatred towards Sneako. All these things line up because they all keep the trains moving in a certain direction to a certain agenda. But back to Sneako is grifting as a Muslim. I think also, when you see him in Ramadan, he actually goes for it. Okay? He goes to the Holy Land. He, brings back, the feel of, that there's a lot of temptation and a lot of things in the world that ought to be avoided. There are things people are better to avoid. To avoid troubling your life, avoid things. Avoid a lot of the temptation. Gambling, going out, consuming drugs and alcohol. All these things are not good. They're a net negative. You know what I mean? People talk a lot about doing peptides. I don't know about all that, right? But again, people will just say, oh, it's so good. But, maybe if you don't really go to the gym like that, maybe you ought to chill. Okay? But now, I also want to discuss, if you are a grifter, if you are a bad person, if you do indulge, if that's your thing, then what? It really gets down to the way you look at things, okay? So either you believe that, you have your whole life to turn things around and try to end off on a good foot, right? Or you just say, this Sneako guy, he drinks alcohol. He's a piece of crap. He's going to be a piece of crap forever. Should he try to do good? No, because he's a piece of crap. If that's how you look at it, that's you then. You should go look in the mirror. You know what I mean? Imagine all the people that went to those islands and, said, forget this. Imagine all the people that indulged, but imagine the people that walked away. Imagine the people that said, I don't care what I'm being offered. Isn't that important? Isn't that worth something? Are you just purely filled with hatred? Is it all or nothing? Is that what it really is? So, Lewis Hamilton, he does Formula One. He loses now. Is he grifting being a Formula One driver? What if he wins 3 races in a row and retires? So these are like the way people look at things, that they don't even give you a second to breathe. They don't even give you a second to say, you know what? All right, that's wrong. When Alex Jones went at it with Sneako, he's just he killed, he had 3 abortions, and Alex Jones's father said to Alex Jones, you've terminated too many of my grandchildren, and now it's time for you to move out. Right? And then Alex Jones got his act together, and he had kids. Right? Do we not like to see the circle come around to a good story? You know, should we not try for you know, a good finish to the movie? Is that not the goal? Is to be a better person? To be better than you were the day before? Is that not the goal? That's what I don't understand. You know what I mean? Um, uh, so, you know, Gary the numbers guy and all these people saying, oh, he's a grifting Muslim. It's just like, you know, I think that, you know, is that coming from a sincere place? You know, when Nick Fuentes attacks him for him being a grifter, is that really him attacking him for being a grifter? Or is it that he hates the fact that he is more in his own lane, and he's speeding and slowing down in his own lane according to he's driving to his own speed, versus Nick Fuentes, who talks about the power of God healing, but then also, you know, makes fun of other races, says other races are more superior, and also is about love and peace and all this stuff. It just doesn't even make any sense. I feel like that's more weird, if you ask me. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe.